hands down. Hands down shit, you know what I mean?
So now we're going to talk about the NFL. But I will come back to that baseball Game 4, Dodgers-Brewers game at the end. So stay tuned to that. So, like I said, I wanted to pick winners and losers. Right now, this is like about 9 a.m. Eastern time. Your boys, LA Rams, and my guys, Jacksonville Jags. They're over there in London, and they're about to start to play in a few minutes. I think the Rams are going to win this game, but the Jaguars have been playing really good football recently, so it might be a shootout. We don't know. As to me right now, is a toss-up. Now the Chiefs are hosting the Raiders, and the Raiders are going to lose that game. The Dolphins are headed to Cleveland, and I'm going to go with Cleveland this time, even though both of them are probably going to win by a field goal, and the game's going to be like 9-6. I don't know, but I mean, the Dolphins are supposed to have the better team right now, but I don't know, man. I think Tua lost that locker room, babe. But anyways, the Patriots are going to see the Titans. I'm going with the Patriots, man. They're playing really good football right now. I think they're going to be running the ball a little bit more on these guys. And the Titans were talking about just doing something different with the offense to kind of dumb it down. I don't know, bro. You tell me, son. I have this information to see. Well, I don't have it anymore, but now the Panthers, North Carolina, they're heading to New York to play the Jets. And the Jets are 0-6. The Panthers are 3-3. Their running game looks really good. And they're getting one of their running backs back on the squad after injury. So I'm going to go with the Panthers on that game right there, my G. The Saints, New Orleans, they're flying all the way to Chicago. I'm going to go with the Bears. I mean, the Saints are not really a good team this year. I know Kamara, he's a highlight. Olave's been doing pretty good. Rattler too, the quarterback, if I'm pronouncing his name right, hopefully. That's, they're playing good, but it's not winnable right now. They're not winning games. Philadelphia is going to Minnesota. That's going to be the game to watch for me. I think the Eagles should win this game, even though they have situations with their wide receivers and all this stuff, and the Vikings defense is really good. But at the end of the day, Jay Hurts is going to control this game on the offensive side. So Eagles fly on that one. Another game to watch will be the Colts. The Colts going all the way to LA to face the Chargers. Colts are 5-1. Chargers 4-2. I don't know, man. It's a coin flip for me. Both teams are playing really good, solid football. I don't know, man. I can't pick a winner there, but I'll go with the home team. The Giants, they're going to see the Broncos in Denver. Giants look like a rejuvenated team, if I'm pronouncing that right. And I think they can pull this win, man. The Broncos did not look good against the Jets, even though they won, they beat the Jets by like a field goal or something. I don't know what it was. I didn't watch it, but yeah, man, I'm going with the Giants on this one. Let's go G-Men. And then let me see here, 2 more 4 o'clock games. Green Bay is going to Arizona to see the Cardinals, and Packers. I'm going with the Packers on that one. Commanders got to go to Dallas. That's going to be a shootout, but I'm going to go with Dallas this time, man. I mean, there's some key offensive players on the Commanders side that are not going to play today, like Debo and stuff. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys. It'll be another shootout, you know what I'm saying? But the Commanders are going to go 3-4. That's my take on that. Falcons got to go to Ninerland in California, in San Francisco. And I'm going with the Niners, man. It's going to be a good game to watch at 8 o'clock. The 8 o'clock game. It's going to be a hell of a game. But 49ers are probably going to win this game. Let me see here. Monday night, there's 2 games for Monday. The Buccaneers are going to see Detroit Lions. The Lions are going to win this game, even though Buccaneers can easily do the same. I mean, I should be cheering for the Bucs, they're right here in Florida, but I don't know, man. I think at home, the Lions are just a different team. The Texans have to go to Seattle and face the Seahawks. I don't know, man. Coin flip, but Seahawks look real dominant. I'm gonna pick the Seahawks on that one. I do see the spreads and all this up, over and unders and all that stuff, but I'm just going with my gut feeling on these wins and losses. So those are my picks there. The Seahawks were talking with the Dolphins, apparently. The Dolphins talking with the Seahawks about a trade. I don't know why the Seahawks would be looking for Devon Achane as a running back. I don't know who's going to be the one packaged to go to Miami if that happens, because they got Walker and they got Charbonnet. Maybe they're not happy with those guys and their production, but I don't know if that's going to go down. I don't think it's going to happen big, but there was rumors about that there. Let's see here. And then the Saints is another team that's looking to move and ship players like Olave and Kamara. So, man, looks interesting. Kamara does not want to leave. I'll show you this post right here. He's like, if I get traded, I'm going to be sipping pina coladas. So it's like, I get traded, I'm retiring. And, that's dope. He wants to stay, and be with the same team his whole career. And, Kamara's an asset. He's been really good for that franchise since probably day one. Did get in trouble and stuff like that. So, it's always on his resume. But I don't know, man. I feel like they're not going to trade him. I don't think he's going to go anywhere, bro. Let's see here. Now, go to my FanDuels. I got a few today, and not today, for tomorrow, Sunday, which is when you're probably going to see this video. Let's see here. Now, the main one is the one that I'm doing. My brother sends, friends and family, people that are into football fantasy. So far, 10 of us have joined, but my team for this week, I'm going to go with Pat Mahomes at the QB spot, Bijan Robinson on Monday, Montgomery on Monday, so my running backs can win me the league when I'm, in 5th place with 2 more players to go. I'm going to go, my wide receivers are going to be Ray Rice, right? Ray Rice? No, Rashid Rice, I'm sorry. You know who that is, B. He was a great running back for Baltimore until he got in trouble, B. I'm going to go with CMC's brother, Luke McCaffrey. And let me see here. Matthew Golden over there in Green Bay. And Ladd McConkey. Those are my wide receivers. McConkey's going to be my flex. At the tight end position, I'm going to go with Goddard. He's just been, son, at the right place at the right time. Got a pretty favorable matchup, even though Minnesota's defense is serious. And then let's see if the Carolina Panthers can do a couple of pick sixes or some fumble recoveries for touchdowns against the Jets. By my way, local. But set myself up a little, for a little flavor. Ahí mimito. And then, that's about it. Debo's not playing. So if he's on your squad, put him on your bench real quick. Kickoff just happened. Boom. The Rams getting the ball first, I believe. No, the Jaguars. These Jaguars are getting the ball first. So those are my picks, for FanDuel this week. You know what I mean? Gamble responsibly, my G. You know what I'm saying? And my wins and losses for the NFL. Week 7. It's here, bro. Enjoy the games, man. Now, in the NBA, preseasons is going on, but the Knicks had a backup point guard, and he decided to retire. Probably played like 10 seasons, I believe. He was decent, man. He was good. He wasn't even terrible, but guard Malcolm Brogdon decided to retire from the basketball. So, good luck to him, man. Definitely wanted. I was happy when we picked him up and stuff, but personal reasons or whatever reason it is, I wish him the best, my G. That does open up a spot for Kolik. You know what I'm saying? And I think that dude can, all he has to do is be solid. Don't turn the ball over, run the offense, and make a good decision to the open man. I think he can do stuff like that, bro. Another thing I wanted to talk about was Russell Westbrook. I think the Knicks should have gone for him, man. He agreed to a deal to sign with the Sacramento Kings. I don't know how much he's getting paid. Probably like $2 or $4 million, something like that. But I was just like, hey, man. I think Westbrook, man, at his price right now is the biggest steal there is on the planet. And for teams that are, projected to be in the playoffs, if I was the Orlando Magic, I would have taken the risk on $2 to $3, $4 million to have Westbrook on my squad coming off the bench. I don't know, man. I think he might be one of those guys that are blackballed and stuff like that. But what I forgot to talk about is when Brogdon announced his retirement, he says that he officially began his transition from his basketball career. He said, I've proudly given my mind, body, and spirit to the game over the last few decades. With as many sacrifices it took to get here, I have received many rewards. He said he's deeply grateful to have arrived to this point on his own terms. Now to be able to reap the benefits of his career with his family and friends. He says, thank you from the bottom of my heart to all who have had a place in my journey. I don't know if he wrote that, but that's pretty dope. And I wish him the best, like I said earlier, man. But in the NBA, let me go back, because, it's still preseason. It's not like we can get all crazy. But I think this is regular season. On Tuesday, I think it starts Warriors-Lakers, Rockets-Thunder. Right now in the preseason, Orlando 4-0, New York 4-1. And let me see here. San Antonio 5-0, Houston 4-0. Not bad. Remember, there was a lot of undefeated squads, and now there's only one in the Eastern Conference. Miami has not won a game in preseason. That's kind of unusual. And then the Lakers went 1-5. I don't know what. I don't know how they feel about that. I know they don't really care about the preseason. It's just to get going, I guess. Oh, a touchdown in the Rams-Jaguars game. Matthew Stafford passed up the middle to Kanata Mumphrey, wide receiver. You don't have him on your fantasy, so don't worry about it. But Stafford, 7 for 9, 46 yards and a touchdown. Field goal was made. The Jaguars they were kicked off. They received the ball first, and they ended up punting. Keep an eye on that. Now, Durant, KD, and the Rockets agreed to a 2-year, $90 million extension. The NBA, ellos sí tienen dinero, loco. They be paying big time, dogs. Let me see here. The Grizzlies, Pippen Jr. out at least 12 weeks to undergo a procedure for left big toe injury. Sounds like turf toe. Let's see here. Oh man. 76ers, Joel Embiid, left knee, plays in preseason finale. I mean, if Embiid doesn't get injured, man, the 76ers are a deadly team, bro. You know? And they play the Knicks tough, so, you know, they're always a pain in the neck. ¿Qué van a hacer con LeBron? Is this LeBron's last year, my G? Like, when is this dude gonna really retire, my dude? Ya con 20 algo años and shit, you know? He's accomplished so much in the NBA, but what are you gonna do, my G? Alright, the last thing I wanted to mention is Precious Achiuwa. He was on the Knicks. For some reason, he didn't sign with us. I don't know if we offered him anything. I didn't read anything about it. He signed with the Heat, and the Heat waived him yesterday. You can come back to the Knicks if you want, bro. I don't know. You're willing to play for a little bit less, I guess. But, you know, he can find a job, though. He did good for the Knicks, bro. I was surprised they didn't use him so much in the playoffs, you know. Like, he was on the bench. Like, I was like, yo, he's not trash. He's really good, man. There's a lot of hustle in that guy. But unfortunately, if the Heat waived you and you're a good ball player, dogs, yeah, you're not Heat material, my G. All right, so to end this segment, a few baseball things that I want to mention. So Orioles are interested in Albert Pujols to be their next manager. Let me see here. The National League Championship Series MVP is the one and only Shohei Ohtani. Now, I was talking with friends and stuff to let them know, like, he really redeemed himself with that game 4 in the championship series against Milwaukee. And the reason why I say that is because when they faced the Reds, game 1, his hitting was great. I think he went 4 for 2, 3 RBIs. I think he hit a home run. I don't remember what I read, but it was something really nice, you know. I think it was like 385 batting average, official. Then, in game 2, he didn't do much. Then, of course, as a team, they won. They went and faced Philadelphia. Hitting-wise, in that series with Philly, trash. A lot of strikeouts, in a really bad slump, like a couple of 0 for 4s, you know, during that series. Now, he did pitch game 1. They scored 3 runs on him, but he did good, man. He kept them in the game, and then the Dodgers tied it up and took the lead, and the rest is history, right? Then in Milwaukee, it wasn't like he was really batting that great either. It's like he wasn't really doing much. But this dude, what he did in game 4 is history, man. This is how you become a legend. During the playoffs, he pitched 6 innings, threw 100 pitches, no earned runs, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts. And then, because he's able to hit as well as a DH, 3 at-bats, 3 home runs. You saw it. I saw it. I was like... Now, for a dude like myself that was actually at the game where he made history and did 50-50, I was asked by one of my family members. He said to me, which one is more impressive? This one, what he did in game 4, or that 50-50? And mind you, if we go back to it, I don't know the official stats anymore, but I know he went 5 for 5. Right? He had 10 RBIs. I think he hit 2 home runs, a double and a single. And he stole 2 bases, or he stole a base, because he needed 1 stolen base to get 50, and then he needed 2 home runs to get 50 home runs. And he did it in that game against the Marlins. Go check it. It's on my channel. I'll show you basically the whole day of mine. Traveling from my house to Miami, hanging out with my cousins, going to the stadium, having a great time. And that home run for the 50 was right to the left of us. Like, I mean, it was on the lower part of that section where they used to have like a pool and stuff, but it's like a DJ and club and bar, just a cool place that the Marlins have down there. But if it was like 15 to 20 feet to the right, it would have came right to us. But it is what it is. Now, I told my family member, I was like, John, even though I was at that game and it was impressive of what he did, basically destroying the Marlins on his own, he basically did the same thing here, but it's more impressive because it was a playoff game and they swept, and it led to them going to the World Series. You know what I mean? For a back-to-back appearance. You know, they still got 4 games to win it all, which a lot of people are saying they will. I think that either Seattle or Toronto do have a chance, but we'll see how that plays out. Now, Ohtani, yo, my G, this is amazing, bro. Like, what he did in Game 4 to strike out that many batters, no earned runs, and basically, if there was no other runs, he would have beat Milwaukee with the home runs that he did. He beat you by himself, basically. Even though, you know, they hit the ball, he needs his outfielders, he needs his infielders, and it wasn't like no Bugs Bunny cartoon, but my G, the dude is really good, man. And I know in the future there's going to be more, two-way players that's going to pitch and hit. Because, I mean, in high school, you know what I'm saying? Dudes is pitching and hitting. You know what I'm saying? In college, they're probably doing the same thing. They don't really do that in the top level for some reason, but it's going to happen more often. And in the future, I feel that we're going to see ball players in that manner, but maybe not as good as him because, you know, he was slumping, man. I mean, he didn't do that much last year in the playoffs either. Go look at those stats. But with this performance here, that earned him the MVP, because I was looking at it, I was like, Snell did a hell of a job. Snell pitched 8 innings. I don't think he gave a run up. I don't remember. And then he had 10 strikeouts as well. You know, I think that was the only one that could have competed to get that MVP, because it wasn't because, you know, the other guys on defense and at the plate did anything spectacular. I think it was a lot of just team effort to get runs, and, you know, for this game against Milwaukee National League, it was Ohtani, bro. Now, I got this list right here. So, 3 homer games in a postseason history. Let me see here. 11 players have done this. Ruth has done it twice. So Babe Ruth back, let me see here, 1926 and 1928, hit 3 home runs as a Yankee in the postseason, right? Then we got Bob Robinson in 71. So that's a big gap. From 1928 to 1971 was the next time somebody hit 3 home runs in the postseason. Then Reggie Jackson, you know, that's like iconic. George Brett in 78, I believe. I don't remember the highlights on that one, but Adam Kennedy for Anaheim in 2002. Don't even remember. Adrian Beltran for Texas in 2011. Albert Pujols, I remember that one for St. Louis in 2011. Pablo Sandoval in 2012. Jose Altuve, he hit 3 home runs in 1 playoff game. You know what I mean? Asterisk. Kike Hernandez, he's playing right now for the Dodgers, and he's on this list. You know what I mean? Chris Taylor, he used to be a Dodger. He's on this list. And then Shohei Ohtani, right? 12 guys, baby. 12 players in Major League history have hit 3 home runs in a playoff game. And I remember watching that Pujols one, man. I know exactly where I was, dog. I was like, ooh, he's on fire. Don't pitch to him. Walk him, man. Walk these guys. I mean, you're not gonna walk, Chris Taylor, Kike Hernandez. They don't pose that threat. You know what I'm saying? But Reggie Jackson, I think he hit 3 home runs on 3 pitches. The first pitch he could hit, it was over the fence in that game. All my real Yankee fans know that are older than me. I saw that. Oh no, look at the Rams. They're about to score again. Jacksonville had to punt him. But anyways, that performance was epic. It was legendary, and we'll see. Today, the Blue Jays are hosting the Mariners for Game 6. Will the Mariners pull it off, celebrate over there, and then fly to LA? Or will there be a Game 7? Let's stay tuned for that one, G. Thanks for listening and watching. If you lasted this long, leave me a comment on who you think is going to win in the American League. Is it Toronto or is it going to be Seattle? And appreciate the likes and everything, my dude. All right, we get up. Hasta la próxima, loco.
Hands down, shit, you know what I mean?